Champions in the gaming. 1xBet.
Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet.
Respect
from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect from 1xBet. Respect.
Hello, son.
Hi, Mom.
Pretty girl.
This is Eva.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. Your dad's just making his favourite dinner. It's duck. Come on inside. They're all probably too gruesome to tell you while you're eating at the table. How's your food? Is everything okay? Good, good. You seem to know each other.
Yeah. This is the new ambassador for 1xBet.
Oh, I see.
Everyone felt good when Eva Elfie became the new ambassador of 1xBet.
All right, what's up, folks? Welcome back to the Rest Regional, and of course today a bit of a special day for you folks at home because, you know, it's not a group stage day, it's not the playoffs yet, that's going to be starting tomorrow, but we do have a little bit of a tiebreaker special for all you folks out there. It's going to be T-Panda and DK Truman taking you on a very quick, short broadcast. I mean, could of course be a very long 1v1, who knows what happens, but it is between Night Pulse and Bushido, so Warwick and Dodrin are going to be taking on against each other. How do you think this 1v1 is going? Because I'm pretty sure you're familiar with both of these mid players.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've seen them plenty of times. A full-on 1v1 mid, that's really hard to predict, especially considering what kind of heroes they could be playing with. Yeah, honestly, this is a coin toss, because I think Dodrin is pretty much the best player on the Bushido roster. And taking on Warwick, which, granted, Warwick is not easy in the slightest, but when you've got the lineups of V-Tune and Kami, aka Dream, with you, then you don't necessarily have to do all the heavy lifting normally. So you have one, pretty much the star player versus the other team's solid mid coming up.
Yeah, pretty much sums it up. You've got two consistent mid players, however. Which one is the more consistent one coming into this 1v1 mid only? It's going to decide quite a lot, because for Bushido, you know, a win in this entire tournament might put them into the LAN itself, though they don't have any points to go off with, unlike Night Pulse, who already has a bit of a point bank under their belts. They cannot afford to lose this one. They will lose their LAN spot, their possibilities of getting into Serbia to play for that big prize pool if they drop this 1v1. So quite a lot is actually lying on that. And as you can see, we do have our 1v1. This is literally just one game, so every second counts. It's a puck versus puck mid. A quick recap on the rules as well for all of you folks who are maybe unfamiliar with this system. We have basically 7 heroes, where 3 were both chosen to ban by each player. The leftover hero, it was Puck. 2 hero kills or tier 1 tower destroyed. That's the main goal here. Raindrops allowed, sentries allowed, smokes are allowed. No time limit. Also blocking the first creep wave, well, obviously with abilities. In this case, Puck doesn't really have any blocking abilities, so that is completely fine. You may block, that's no problem. And, you know, let the best mid player win.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do here. I was a bit surprised that they both did not go for the illusory orb facet. I was thinking maybe in a 1v1 mid puck v puck scenario that could be the facet difference might be crucial there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something to look at. I guess if you want to get that last right-click in, it is a mid-range hero, the Waning Rift system, to get that hero closer, and maybe that hurts or helps in some way. It's going to be a lot of dodging, though, because you have orbs to dodge right-clicks and abilities, you have your Jaunt, you have your Waning Rifts. There's going to be a lot of cool things when it comes to puck versus puck mid. But I do agree with you, we're talking in the pre-studio, we wished it was Pudge.
Yeah, I always want to have a Pudge 1v1 mid. Obviously, puck's also interesting, but a lot of it is going to come down to timing, especially the silence. At one point, it's going to be who hits the silence will probably get the kill on the opposing puck. And unless you dodge it, but I would assume they're going to go a little bit more aggressive in their approach.
Look at a bit of these puck stats between the two players. Warwick actually has the majority of puck games officially. So Dodrin would be at 25 games, 60%, while Warwick would have 54 games and 64.8%. So slightly, you could say, the matchup favors Warwick. But I would say Dodrin, in a way, has proven to be a bit more consistent here and there. Obviously, some more star power on this Radiant side puck compared to Warwick, who has obviously, I'm not giving any negative slights. This guy has been exceptionally good every single tournament Nightpulse has been playing here with Relog.
Yeah, it's a team that I initially didn't expect to be in this position, but that might also just be my...
You're not the only one.
Preference for V2. I think he is an incredibly solid safe laner, but, you know, they have had some struggles here. Bushido, a team that has been keeping them at bay for the time being, even tying up the series, giving us this nice 1v1 mid matchup to see who is going to be able to take home the win. But so far, no aggressive moves just yet between the two sides. But Warwick is doing a good job so far, especially the denies are going to be crucial to get that faster level 6.
Yeah, he's getting a nice amount of poke in versus Dodrin, and of course the amount of denies really accumulating towards maybe a bit of more experience for the side of Warwick. He does have this big wave, and he manages to clean it entirely, so he's already doubling the CS versus Dodrin. Going to be a bit scary here for the Bushido mid. And like you said, I totally agree. Nightpulse probably didn't even see themselves coming into this situation in this group. It was a surprisingly tight group because Top Tab, who were already knocked out, were able to get points off of the top teams. It's like, how do they get this win out? And then the same thing for Nightpulse. It felt like that they had a couple games where they just let go. They kind of just dropped their control and allowed their opponents to dominate them in those matches. So it was a bit unheard of.
I think the groups were very close, mainly because I think personally Group A was significantly stronger than Group B with One Move and Avalis. I mean, those teams are just the kind of teams that you pretty much expect in the finals. But that Group B was so close was a big surprise to me. And so far this game, Warwick is doing a very good job at keeping Dodrin at bay, and yeah, this is looking a bit dicey.
Yeah, but the real question is, who's got the better cosmetic? Are you a Moth fan, or do you like the glowing one? Because I absolutely despise the Moth puck.
Yeah, the Moth puck is absolutely horrible. The glowing one, at least, you know, it feels fairy-like, but the Moth is just a bug you want to squash. Very annoying. But yeah, I love big particle effects that lag my PC, so this always helps.
20-12 on the CS department, so Dodrin is going to have to rely more on his skill than his farm at this point. You see the nulls and the bracers. The other side, Warwick, he's got a magic wand and raindrops with a bit of stats on top of that. So we're going to be looking at stat-heavy items early on. We're not looking at these witch blades and stuff like very unreliable. You don't want to get maelstroms. Maybe even a javelin could feel like maybe it's a bit too much, but you are... I mean, specifically with these two heroes, I remember back in the Berlin Major, I was watching the 1v1 tournament where people got to play versus Thompson. And the funny thing was, it was actually a build I got really intrigued by. It was a PA mid, but he built Phylactery. And he just spammed daggers for the Phylactery damage. It's like, well, this mid's lost already at this point. What can he do?
I know Phylactery, if you have target abilities, is pretty good because it's not even that expensive. But
Yeah.
for the puck, it's a hard
sucks.
one. It's just you pretty much get stats, and I don't really know what else you could realistically get that could make it. Like, you're not gonna get to the point where you can farm and work it, for instance.
Yeah.
It's too far. Or Rod of Eight. Rod of Eight might be the closest you could get, I guess.
Yeah,
But-
Rod could be useful, but then again, yeah, is it too expensive? Are we just going to see mass bracers, the casual null talisman for the mono regen? It looks like we're going that way because you got a double bracer coming up here for Dodrin. On Warwick's side, he actually is also going for the double bracer, but power treads. Well, the other puck doesn't even have boots.
It's getting pretty close to level 6. So that's when the big threat does come in. Dream Coil is going to be important. Mana-wise, they're actually not in the best spot to take any engagements right now.
Yeah, Warwick does have level 6, but still that it's not going to be strong enough necessarily just with the coil. You'd love to use that advantage, but Dodrin's got the same situation. He's about to hit level 6. Let's see if he makes that move. He's got it now, and he doesn't... There we go. He throws in the coil. This could be the one that decides the game here. Warwick pushing himself to the high ground, but still has a decent amount of regen. But for Dodrin, he's definitely winning these trades despite being behind a bit. There's the Arcane Rune Deny as well.
Yeah, the waiting until the Illusion was used as well to throw out the Dream Coil to make sure he doesn't have it escape afterwards or during was a nice move. And now the puck is heading all the way back to base, which for Dodrin, this is a pretty big win. He gets some free farm time. Warwick is going to miss a couple of creeps.
Yep, he's turned this around really well, considering he was like double the CS behind to Warwick, and now he's had full control over these last 2 minutes.
Will he bring anything interesting with him from Spawn? Let's see. No, he did get the magic wand as well. Double bracers, null talisman, double bracer, null talisman. They're kind of...
It's pretty even now.
I guess that's the mid versus mid puck meta.
Yeah, it's pretty even now. Automation, net worth, everything pretty much even at this point now. Tower taking a bit of damage here from the catapult. You got to remember that tower. If it falls, that is also a win condition to end the game. Got to protect it.
There's quite a little bit that you have to be careful of. Luckily enough, Puck is not a hero that can push fast. Another Dream Coil throw, but the other Warwick Puck also has his Dream Coil available again, so... Yeah, damage-wise, a Puck v Puck, because you can dodge so much damage as well, there is just so little damage to burst out. This is probably one of the longer 1v1s that you can have.
Definitely taking a while here. I mean, they're both super cautious. I know Warwick is probably stressing about his team's result here as well. Like it's all down to him. You're talking about like the players he plays with, Kami, V-Tune. Like these guys are already pretty renowned in the scene. Like they're very, very capable players, big hero pools, very, very talented in general. I know they're having maybe a bit of a history as well. Dodrin, haste rune time. Is this time to make a play yet? No. Warwick does get the illusory orb out.
Yeah, Warwick still had the Dream Coil as well, so even if you have the haste, it could bite back really quickly. Dodrin... Where is he going? Oh, XP rune.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that as well. Because farming in jungle is disallowed.
Yeah, but the Wisdom rune isn't.
But the Wisdom rune isn't. That's something you are definitely allowed to get. I was like, why is he interacting with the Ancient Camp for a second? You got some plans with that? Just to casual, you know, get a stack going there? Stacking's allowed.
Yeah.
Just can't farm them.
I mean, maybe try to stack and then bait them to take your camp.
I mean, worst case scenario, or maybe actually best case scenario, maybe Warwick chases you for the Wisdom rune and takes some damage from the Ancient Camp. That's allowed.
If only we had the what were they called again? The creeps that root you.
Oh, not those.
The shaman.
Oh, the prowlers.
Yeah, Ancient Prowler Shaman. Those were so... they should bring those back just because it's too easy to farm ancients now.
I mean, how many Tinkers' lives have been claimed by that camp?
As it should be. It shouldn't be easy to farm ancients. It should be hard. It should be dangerous. I love that creep.
Warwick's able to protect his own vision. Now, the rune battle, there's an invis in the top half, but Dodron, he already smartly orbed that one. And he's going to walk under that sentry, so this rune doesn't really do any good here. But if it were an AD, that is pretty scary to look at, because right-click damage is pretty much what both of these two have right now. 10 minutes already into this 1v1.
Yeah, this is a very lengthy 1v1. Honestly, this might just go double with the 20-minute mark, considering... Look how little damage they do. And every single time they just get themselves some new...
yeah, Dodron recognizes he's hitting the catapult like with absolute rage. He's like, he needs to get this catapult out of the way and get some tower damage going. Trying to body block it too. Trying to get the biggest benefit out of it. Gets the creep wave aggro. Warwick, he understands the same thing. I gotta get rid of this this pesky siege equipment.
This is one of the weirder 1v1 mid matchups. I'm wondering if they would like... what they'd think of this. Would they afterwards want to retry this one, or...
Retry? What do you mean?
Happy? Like, if they would have to do another one, would they go for another puck versus puck 1v1, or would they choose something else? Because, I mean,
I think they usually
change
change hero. I think it comes back to like players are like, especially the losing side is like, all right, I'm gonna pick my favorite hero now.
Because this is honestly, you don't really get punished because of the heroes' toolkits and how tanky they are, and raindrops. Raindrops are a little bit much, I think.
Yeah, there's another set of raindrops in Warwick's backpack too. So once that current stack runs out, he'll have another. But I think it is all just coming down to the tower falling. I don't think either of these two heroes are going to be able to kill each other unless they fully commit to it. Warwick, Illusion Rune, this is pretty good here. Can use them to tank the tower. Getting more and more damage to that T1. Can we look at the Dire T1, how much damage it's even taken? Because this is 1100, and it's almost full HP. Oh.
Yeah, that is probably going to be the big difference maker down the line. Because at one point, maybe if he gets enough harass onto Dodron, he's going to be forced to go back, but he can't because he needs to defend the tower. And it gets very dicey at that stage. What's he getting delivered?
Yep. And I mean, you can even just YOLO that tower at some point as well. Like, you've got enough stats, you have enough damage that you can just rush it down if it's low enough. Your opponent can't really do too much about it. He can either try and do... It's got to be a base race situation at that point. But Dodron is, in that terms, like, he had been doing such a great time taking, you know, coming back, getting the game tied, went on a bit of a lead. Now Warwick's brought it back together, and I could say that Warwick is actually leading because of that tower damage.
Yeah, maybe, okay, Warwick's going for the Dagon. I was thinking maybe, you know, Dasso. Try to just
not a bad idea.
Down.
You got treads and bracers. I mean, Dasso's not a bad idea.
The Dagon's nice, but again...
Dodron, maybe he's trying to get the finalizer here. With that coil, he does...
Low.
He drops him really low here, but there's the counter coil. Does take the damage from the orb, and that is another raindrop burnt out, but they're not using their 20-stack wands yet.
Yeah, they're still holding on pretty nicely. And the healing salve delivers, so Warwick should be just fine. The spell lifesteal from the Dagon is going to be pretty important, though.
Yeah, it definitely will. And that's a regen.
Even more.
Yeah, Puck would have, you know, Puck would have loved that one, but the other Puck
Yes,
gets it.
indeed. Puck would have loved it.
Yeah, he's bringing in more and more salves. That's his third already. Or actually second he used and third in his inventory. He'll get back up to speed. Dodron yet to reveal what he wants to get. He's also stacking up some of that money.
I'm kind of surprised that neither of the two pucks went for a bottle this game.
I think the stats are better.
I mean, they're buying like multiple healing salves on both sides, so if you get
But
a
how
bottle,
but how often do you get to bottle though?
you can get the runes that spawn every 2 minutes. If you get like the illusion rune, you have some use of it, because if they silence you, you pop the manta, and then you instantly remove the silence, which is a possibility that could kill you in the later portions. Same with the invis rune. It's like damage reduction that you get from it could be pretty useful.
It's true. It's true. One thing I'm a bit worried about is like if a player leaves to pick up the bounty or the wisdom again, that's just going to be free tower damage. I don't think Dodrin can afford it. Warwick might have the freedom to be able to do that, but Dodrin, I don't think he can leave this tower anymore.
Yeah, especially he always has to make sure that at least the catapult's dead. Immediate counter warding.
Yep. Good read on that. Does reveal the ward though for Warwick. Keeps, you know, going from hand to hand. Who has the control over the wards? Previously it was Warwick who was able to get all of vision from Dodrin. Now Dodrin has all the vision. It's an 80 rune which he knows and he sees, but he can't get to in time. So Warwick's going to get this one.
Yeah, it would be nice if you could have bottled that one. Damn it, no. He's going Meteor Hammer on Warwick. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense going for the 1v1 tower take.
And he's pushing in the wave as well. He's going to get some mean hits onto this tower with that 80 rune. Dodrin's going to have to do something about it.
Yeah, but Dodrin also has to be very careful, because there's a lot of damage that could come his way otherwise. Tower slowly ticking down. 2 lives or 1 tower. That's the win condition here.
Yeah, downside that you're playing these mid-range heroes is even buying a Dragon Lance isn't going to give you enough attack range to attack outside of the tower range. It's not going to be enough. Now Dodrin using the tower to his advantage. Getting a bit of poke there into Warwick as his 80 rune runs out. 17 minutes. And counting.
Yeah, this is... I honestly don't remember seeing a 1v1 mid last this long before.
I think the longest I've cast is like 23, 24 minutes, and I feel like this might actually go even further than that. At this current pace, at least.
What was the situation in that game? What heroes were they playing?
I think we had like Timber versus Timber.
Oh yeah, that's
which was kind of like very close situations, but they always found regen back in, and they didn't have any trees to jump into. It was all about like the chakram spam, getting hit by whirling death, the occasional tower dive when you had enough stacks of reactive armor.
Okay, that does a little bit, but not really. That Meteor Hammer is getting closer and closer for Warwick. Wondering what... Dodrin hasn't marked anything up. He could go for the exact same, of course.
He could. It's like he's waiting on information. Like, what is his opponent buying here? But Dodrin, close to getting the first kill going here. Just needs a bit more, but Warwick's able to get out just in time. Close call once again. 1 kill will not do it. You'll need 2. But that was already a close call. Now Dodrin gets to push the wave, and Warwick is low. He's still got that big stick that he just pops right now. And Dodrin, who's yet to been able to deal any tower damage properly. It's like the last time he hit this tower was like over 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, he still has a lot of damage to go, and that's because Warwick is constantly shoving out the wave as much as possible, spamming the illusory orb and cutting it so that there are no creeps available. And Dodrin now doing the exact same, but Warwick is going to be forced all the way back. No creeps in the lane.
So Dagon versus Hammer. Warwick going all the way back home. And he's just 600 gold short from picking up the Meteor Hammer. Has picked up a Kaya as well. So that's going to help him here a bit in terms of the damage output, the mono region and everything.
Dodrin might get blindsided by that Meteor Hammer coming soon. But same with Warwick. One good catch with the Dagon could take him down. Of course, needs to make sure that he always has those raindrops available.
Oh, he's got the Dagon ready now as well. So this is going to be pretty important here.
It's really the two different strats. One's going for the finish, and the other for the tower. The other one's going for the kills. With the Dagon, he'll be able to heal up nicely anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, there. Blows it up.
Yep, and in general, all of his spells now giving that spell lifesteal. And of course, hey, that's another regen for the same guy. So even better. And now with the coil on cooldown for Warwick, he's got this 1 minute of, well, we'll just have to survive for now. Dodron has the keys.
And Meteor is going to be big, especially now that the catapults are there.
Denying creeps, he's changing his strat here.
He's trying to bully a Warwick all the way back and force him to go back to base, but with the Meteor Hammer Warwick, will he be able to get it done?
It's like Warwick he's casting his ability so early on, and he's trying to nuke the wave. That gives Dodron the opportunity to deny the wave and then burst the enemy wave after Warwick. Bit of a wraparound Meteor Hammer time. Uh-oh. This is going to be very bad here for Dodron. Now that he realizes that this is going to be like three casts of the hammer, and it's done. And now they're fighting in the jungle here, trying to get the first kill going. The coil will snap. Dodron might just be able to get this one. The orb on orb. Who goes where? And Warwick stays. Goes for the teleport all the way back to the fountain. Dodron doesn't know if he's left or if he's still around. He's so paranoid right now.
This is really rough. There's like no backdoor protection or anything. Warwick can just creep up. He's smoked as well. He has 2 extra smokes. He can creep up from any angle, but now he needs to be a little bit careful of his own tower. There's a decent amount of damage is being dealt. Dream Coil thrown up, but Dodron just has too much sustain. Dodron's actually losing mana, which is a big problem here.
He is on Warwick. Again, I mean, Dodron needs to get that channel cancelled somehow, but he just doesn't have anything against it. He'll use the glyph here, and that is pretty much his only glyph that he's able to use. That will be his last resort. Now pretty much gone. He's going to have to do something about this.
I was actually going to have to keep the Dream Coil to interrupt the Meteor Hammer. That's the only way that you can stop Warwick from going in.
And he's going in again. He's coming out of the smoke, right under vision of the tower. He might die to Dodron, though, but he's got no mana. He's going to have to right-click this one through, and it might just not be enough. He's bringing in the courier. He's like, please hit the courier, rather. Going to get some vision as well, but the tower is going to fall, and Warwick will get this tower down. Night Pulse will keep their hopes of the Serbian land still alive as they knock out Bushido in this 1v1. You know, it took a while, DK Truman, but we do have a victory in the end.
Yeah, no Deso, but Meteor Hammer. Finally, someone in competitive Dota buys a Meteor Hammer again. It's been a very long time since I've seen that item come up, but big props. I mean, he just played it better. It's that simple. The early game, he played it really well with the denies, getting a higher level faster. But then afterwards, there was a little bit of a slowdown, and a nice comeback came into play right there from Dodron. But in the end, it's the differences in strategy. One went for the tower, the other one went for the hero. But in this case, the tower, I guess Meteor Hammer might be a little bit busted for the 1v1 mid situation.
Yeah, especially when 2 heroes don't really have the crowd control in terms of stuns. You don't have any way to break that channel. So he did find the smarter way out, or you could maybe say the faster way out of this matchup. But that means that Night Pulse is going to get into the play-in stage, and as you can see here, the playoff tree, Avalus, Night Pulse, Paljanitsia versus Passion UA. Those play-in series will have to go out first until Dragon Esports and One Move will find out their opponents. And as mentioned, there are 3 or 4 teams who are still chasing for the spot to join Dandelions from the European region to the Serbia LAN. Those are Avalus, Night Pulse, Paljanitsia, and even Dragon Esports Club, and even One Move. So basically any of these teams, if they win, but the teams that I just mentioned, even a second place might be enough to qualify. Passion UA might be the wild card in the run here to ruin everybody else's hopes.
Yeah, but that's what they're looking for. Passion UA, of course, has been around quite some time. I think they started more in the CSGO scene and now focused on, well, multiple esports out there. I think it's, what's his name? Zinchenko? A footballer. There's a Croatian, Ukrainian footballer that is partial owner of Passion UA, so that's always kind of cool.
Yeah, nice that we always still have these. I remember like football clubs. Is like, do you remember Brestemans FC? That was like 2018. We had the Brestemans football club. That was like I don't know, was it a Belarus football club or something like that? But they also branched out into Dota like 6 years ago. It was like cool to have these football clubs making their own Dota teams. I want to be wondering if we got like, you know, Schalke Dota or something like that going.
Well, they have a League of Legends team.
They do. They do, indeed. But nice to see what happens, especially with our play-ins. You know, they're going to start tomorrow, so make sure you guys tune in for the play-in rounds, and of course then the playoffs, and we find out our teams who only just win this tournament, but also who make it to the Serbia LAN, which is going to be the finalizer for this entire circuit year. But for me and DK Truman, thank you for tuning in for this 1v1. This was a short broadcast, as mentioned, but we will see you guys tomorrow. But until then, take care of yourselves, folks. Good day. And goodbye.
One chance. One dream. One match. One energy. One fight. One aim. One action. One hope. 1xBet.
Fuck.
Use your skills in the gaming. 1xBet.